Hey guys, it's Casual Friday with me, Nancy Matz. Are we going to be talking about ghostly stuff, or is she going to do free readings? Get your question ready. In a comfy spot, take a seat or lie down, and let me transport you to a place of fantasy, ghost stories, ancient letters, and other magical topics. You may even decide to join the conversation. From faraway lands to your own bag of ash and pixie dust, turn out the lights and open your minds. The journey is about to begin. Hang on, I'm gonna just hang in there where you're at. I'm gonna get out of StreamYard and come back in, so it's doing that video jump thing. So let me do that, and I will be right back. So don't leave. Okay, let's see if that works a little better for us. We might have just had to like get in and get out. If it happens again, I'll go ahead and get in and get out again because I think that is the cure all for this thing. I don't know why it does that. There's a lot of news going on right now. Again, the neighborhood's got tons of people. Even my new internet can't save me. Anyway, welcome. My name is Charlotte. I'm going to be your host for the next hour. Hopefully, it'll be an easy hour, not a struggle, as it looks like already it was skipping around. I'm also the owner of the California Haunts Paranormal Investigation Team based out of Sacramento, California. We are 45 strong up and down the state of California. Oh, good. That came in too. And that means we can get to you no matter where you're located in the state. And we also have affiliates in Oregon, Washington, Nevada, and Hawaii. Looks like we're pretty stable right now. So if I disappear, then I'm going to disappear again and come back in and all that good stuff. At least it happened at the beginning of the show. So I don't know because of what was going on if you guys caught my little spiel before the show started. But my spiel tonight is this. Nancy Matz is with us. It's Casual Friday. And the question is, what kind of mood is Nancy in? Is Nancy going to talk to us about ghosties? Or is Nancy going to do some free readings? So I hope you guys brought your questions with you that you can ask in the chat room because who knows? Nancy might be. I haven't talked to her all day, so I've been able to gauge what kind of mood she's in. So it all depends on her mood. So like I said, will it be a talk about ghosties or are we going to get some free readings going here? All right. Anyway, if you're watching from Facebook, please hit that like button and that follow button. I'm always looking for followers. If you're watching from YouTube, there's a little ghost in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And that little ghost will send you over to the subscribe button because we have more than 450 videos sitting over at YouTube. And they're just waiting for you to take a look at them. And they're all different topics. In fact, to give you an idea how I like to vary the topics, Monday we talked about the Philadelphia experiment. And Tuesday we talked about dementia and Alzheimer's, right? So I like to vary it. So there's a little something over there for everybody, and I think you'll find something you like. Okay, well, let's get into this. Without further ado, Nancy Matz.
Have you had the days when you wash your hair and I'm realizing, oh my gosh. Hello, Shar.
Hello.
Yeah, I've had
How's it going?
wait. I had one of those days. By the way, anybody reach out to me knows how to use Square. SquareUp.com. Anybody put those buttons on their website?
I have
Oh,
not. I haven't
I've
used
talked to
Square.
2 or 3 different countries and trying to update my website. So my husband said, I'll take you to lunch. And so we did. And we walked around old Orville. I
There
moved
you
my
go.
husband down here for better medical. And then I moved the house, sold the house up there. Now we're here for a while and trying to decide if this is where I want to be. So it's all making decisions. And right now it's kind of nice. Everything's so convenient. But that was one of those days. You know how you go. So what kind of mood I am?
Well, if your
I,
afternoon was like my afternoon, you can see us going. I
I
packed my
have
change. I
coffee.
carry my change because I don't have pockets in my jeans, my pants that I wear. So I
Huh?
tend to carry my change in old pill bottles, because I have so many pill bottles.
Oh, oh
So
no.
I had a pill bottle full of change, and I was heading out over the dollar store to get water, some extra stuff. Get all the way over there, get in line, and realize the bottle was missing, which means the dog took the bottle. So fortunately, there was some lady in line, and thank you, lady, whoever you are, who bought my stuff for me. And I came all the way home, found the pill bottle on the floor. Of course it is, because somebody had it in their mouth, and
Oh,
had to do that. And then I no sooner get back here, and the computer's deciding it's going to be in a foul mood, and that's what it was doing. Just like when we signed on, everything was flashing on and off. It looked like we were having the
right.
apocalypse. on the computer tonight. So it's been like that. So I'm ready for a nice evening of
Okay.
whatever you want to do. And I got something to talk about too. We got an announcement to make. Nancy, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Are we doing readings tonight,
Yeah,
or are we
yeah, let's
just
do some.
okay? We're doing free readings tonight. Okay, now that leads into my announcement. See, I was hoping you'd say that.
And talk about ghost seats if there's nobody who wants a
Yeah,
reading.
we can do that. Yeah, Jen, how
And
are you? What was this? It was strange. Yes, I know. It was weird. Yeah, I fixed it. It looks like we're stapled it. I don't know what did that. Okay, so Jerry's in here. Jen's here. Okay, so my announcement. After these free readings today, I always feel bad because we do these readings. Hang on, I'm trying to get the buttons. I can't find my buttons today. See, that's how my day's going. I always feel bad when we do these readings because they're really good readings, right? But I always think, it's that old adage of leave them always wanting more, right? And I always feel like these free readings are terrific. I love them. I love freebies.
Thank you.
I'm all about freebies. But I think you as an audience by now should want something longer and more in depth, right? That's what you guys need, right? Right? So what Nancy and I have decided, because it's Christmas, deck the halls and all that good stuff. Yeah, I did it. It sounds really great. Is that we're going to offer some 5-minute readings. The individuals' private readings. They're going to be private. 5-minute readings. Very cheap for the holidays, because I got to make some extra holiday money anyway. I got to buy gifts. Otherwise, people are going to get lumps of coal from me. It's really bad right now. Really bad. And no, honestly, we want to start doing more detailed readings for you guys, and it's hard for us to get those done online like this. On the spot like this. Like these little readings we do tonight, they are what they are. They're little readings. And I know there's people that come off going, "Well, gee, I wish I knew more. I want to ask more." Well, here's your chance to ask more. What we're going to do is we're going to do a separate show, just a separate get together just for these readings. That is readings that we're offering. It won't be on the air here. You won't be going out to YouTube. You're not going to be going out to Facebook. You're just going to be one-on-one with us. Okay? I'll be recording these things for you, all that good stuff. And you know what? Check this out. Let's do it this way. Nancy, what do you normally charge for 5 minutes?
I have no idea. More than what you're thinking.
Okay. So this is what I came up with, and Nancy said I could play with it when I wanted to. So I'm doing this for you too. Yeah, because I know that money's tight for everybody and all that good stuff. So here we go. You ready? Drum roll, please. See, drum roll. Hello. There we go. $11 for a 5-minute reading with Nancy Matz.
Ooh.
And of course, you can't see the bottom. Let me take my ticker off because the ticker's hiding it. Let me remove the ticker. There we go. Okay. So there it is. And you sign up through the Venmo. I'm only opening 10 spots to make it easier on Nancy. So it's Venmo at California Haunts. $11 for a 5-minute reading. And Nancy can squeeze a lot in 5 minutes. So if it sounds like something you want after tonight to get a more extended reading, please do this. It's not only a thing, it's only for me to make extra money, but it's also, plus, helps me pay the bills for Christmas too, because I have internet and all that. But it's a good chance for you to get a more depth reading than what you're getting online. Plus, it's private, so you can ask her something that you'd be shy to ask normally in a crowded room, like in front of all these people. This is a private thing you could ask her.
Come on.
Okay? And if we do all come in as a group, I'm going to mute everybody else so that they can't hear what you guys are talking about anyway. So, I've already figured out how to do this logistically and all that. So that's my offer. It's $11 for a 5-minute reading, and you pay for it through Venmo, so I know who did, and we can get everything set up. Okay? And I'm thinking, okay, if you guys want to do this, we can do it on, I forgot to put a date on here. So I got so excited I got ahead of myself. So let me get this out here. Let me get my little calendar out. And we want to get everybody when they're at home. How about we do, say, December 17th at 3 p.m. and do these readings? How's that sound, you guys?
Yeah.
Okay? All right, December 17th, 3
Pacific
p.m.
time.
Pacific. Pacific time, yeah, to do these readings. Okay, but like I said, $11, fairly cheap. And let's see what we can do here. So
That's a
tonight,
Saturday.
that's a Saturday, yeah. So tonight, Nancy's going to do some free readings for you guys, and hopefully you'll come in for the other readings.
And if there's not enough takers, and to be fair, one person can't get in 3-4 times. I've had this happen on the air. Is my husband cheating on me? I don't want any, and I will say no. I will not answer that. There's some things that maybe you shouldn't be heard on the air. And then Char did say she recorded it for you. I'm not sure she can do that to send it out to each of you.
Yes, I
I'm not
can.
sure.
Yes, I
Can you
can.
do that?
Yes.
Oh, little spigots, little things.
Yes, I can chop it up and send it out to each person
Wow,
that signs up.
that's even great.
Yeah. So yeah, that little section can be sent out to everybody. So if you're interested in that, all you have to do is just go over to Venmo at California Haunts, pay your fee, and I will get back to you with the link and everything and get the show on the road, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start Venmo on my website, everybody, and Square for those of you who don't want to do PayPal anymore. I've had an unfortunate situation with a very regular client. PayPal thinks they're they're spamming her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had a Sharon, I'm trying to touch base, and I'm always on the phone and hold today. Yeah. So anyway, and ghosties is one of my favorite topics, of course. Spirit. I mean, everything, near death experiences, and on and on and on. And you know how I feel about is there any free will or not?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite topic, and favorite. Listen to me. Everything is favorite, but I have to admit, all this is amazingly, curiously wonderful. And I guess the bottom line with ghosts and spirits and communication is, are you people getting it? That I'm not making this up. That is
Right.
so important, and that we do survive. So someone I know today touched base with somebody that was referred to me, and I might have mentioned this before. This is a high caliber professional woman whose mother died. Did I share this? I don't know. And I gave a reading over the phone. And I said, your mother's showing up in a floral dress. My mother never wore floral dresses. My mother never owned a dress. And I said, she's telling me that she did have one dress and she wore it to a concert. I wasn't even going to argue with the woman. I don't argue. I either see it or I don't see it. You either have a relative there you want, or it's not going to be someone you want, which has happened a lot. So we hung up, and of course, this woman was on a journey. She wanted proof, so she called her older sister up, and the sister said, "Mother owned one dress, and she told me about when she was a teenager, young woman, that she went to see Elvis Presley
Hot
in
dog.
a floral dress,
My kind
and
of people.
this woman never knew that her mother had a floral dress."
Wow.
Sometimes those messages scare me a little. I've had messages that would be this one boy in a Spirit of Spirit of Grace Church, Citrus Heights, California. Spit that out. I was doing people in the round and talking about the spirit people around them. And this boy sitting across from me, this young man, his mother said, "Well, who's his guide?" And all of a sudden, I saw this man on the ground lifting his body up, and I mimicked him, and I hopped as though I was trying to get over to him. And the woman threw her arms up, screaming. They had an uncle who had no legs, active legs, and he only traveled on his hands. The instant I said that, they knew exactly who I was talking about. Now, try to think if you're going to be wrong on that one, right?
Right.
And sometimes the most obscure messages are the most meaningful, like the floral dress. That's not what I'm telling you kids to do, because I can talk all night about proof, and like I'm not even that smart to make up all this stuff.
I got proof. I got a sign today. Monica sent me another sign today.
It's
And I was over at I said I went to Safeway. I was wandering around Safeway, and I happened to go through the bakery area, and there was one cake out there that was a Minnie Mouse cake. And I mean, this is right in the middle, sitting right in the middle of outside where they have like the brownies and all that crap.
Oh,
It was
of
sitting
course.
right there, a Minnie Mouse cake. And I knew right away, and I'm like, okay, you're here. That's cool. I took a picture of it, but that's from Monica because that was her favorite, was Minnie Mouse.
So if you're walking around and you see something like that, you know that she's trying to
Yeah, yeah.
talk to
And
you or
I mean,
say that.
everything else on the pile of stuff was like brownies and cinnamon
No
rolls, and
decorations.
no, there's this Minnie Mouse cake sitting there. So that was cool. So you can get signs, people. You can get signs. They're
You
there.
can. Sometimes they're pretty obscure. People in my life, one lady said her father passed away, and ever since then, she's constantly getting dimes. Um,
Sure.
for me, I'm not sure sometimes because I turn it off when I'm not working.
Right.
Marissa and Jen are in the room. Hello, girls. So
It's my ghostly groupies.
grossly groupies, right? And when my mother's around, I feel like a lavender feeling. It's a soft, loving feeling. It's hard to explain it, but over the years, people actually have a taste to me, which is odd. Not, I guess, not for me. and so I have to, when I feel her, it's that feeling. A lot of older generational women will present a bath powder, and that's really common also. Men like to show their bodies or what they look like at death because that most people remember them that way. Um, and I was talking to somebody, and I really wanted to know, has this ever been proven to you before? She says no, and I says, how's that change your attitude? She says, I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I thought to myself, I don't want an answer right away. I am curious. When I was doing beginning in 1990, I started, and I thought to myself, I'm doing this, but what does it mean to me? I remember thinking all that all those years back, 32 years ago, when I first started. I said, someone's given me something to look at. And I had to get to a place of realizing it was spirit people. And they'd oftentimes show themselves in a situation or a living quarters or around
Mhm.
their hobbies. So that I would be able to give a message. And that's when I started realizing I could trust my eyes. You sometimes can't trust your ears,
Mhm.
especially with names, because I talk to so many cultures. There's no way. If someone said, the other day, I have one of my regular clients, and she wants to be, and this guy comes in and says he's Tom. Well, Tom, Dick, and Harry's here, easy to hear if you yell it loud enough. But if someone came in with a really unusual Elizabethan name, how am I going to hear it? So
Right.
I chose to be able to see versus hear names because I have a friend and I haven't seen her for a while. Unfortunately, she's very ill. It just I can't get into a friendship where it's a constant call every day kind of situation. I don't have the energy. But a psychic 28, 29 years ago said she would marry a Bob. She was always looking for Bobs. And I said, oh no, if you had a description, would have been easier, you know. But she didn't. She married another gentleman, but it was not a Bob. It was like 25 years later. So it was very disappointing to think that maybe she was misled by someone's interpretation of a name that was
Mhm.
incorrect. Maybe it was Rob instead of Bob
Right.
or Tom. It's really hard. But the spirit person came in the other day and I saw actual letters of the name Tom, Tom. And I says, oh my gosh, I got a name. I'm just ready. And people said, oh, Nancy, you have come up with the names, but I would never do it to somebody who's looking for a mate. And as everybody knows, I have said this from day one. It's almost scary to think what free will we have, and I don't want to take it from
Mhm.
you for whatever it is. I must say this every third or fourth show for 32 years. It's like I'm not wanting your life. So don't become so dependent on me that you can't make any decisions at all because then it feels like I'm
Right.
living your life. This and the same with you're asking for guidance. There's a tipping point where you're asking your guides for every little detail. You're allowing that spirit person who had a life, no matter how long or short, because it's all programmed, for them to be able to have your life also and tell you every move to make. Our journey here is the excitement of being able to have a life experience and wear this meat jacket and smell fresh brewed coffee. I got my Christmas cup out tonight. This is freshly brewed. Oh my gosh, how well it smells for me. That's why we're here for experience life and um, and to make the choices. I had a friend tell me once, I was said to her, "Oh, I know. If I'd known my choice would have been this bad, I would have never made any." And she said, "I'd rather make the wrong choice and grow from it than to never make any choices at all and never grow." I love that. And Donna Vasquez left 2000 February 2000, and it's amazing how someone can impact you. And she died pneumonia, coughing.
Mhm.
Just it was just very sad. Um, any questions on ghosties? If no one has a question for me, what kind of questions can we ask? Hey, I'm open. Just any kind of question at all. The only thing is, don't
Well,
ask me about relationship or husband, or if you're gonna if you're gonna move. Go ahead, Char. What are you saying?
oh, I was just going to say, along the line, and people know this story about my mother, but along the line of knowing that your loved
Mm.
one is around, I don't get so much of a feeling that my mother's around. It's that I'll either smell her because of because of the stuff I washed
Bath
her,
soap. Mm.
that soap I put her in, or I'll hear her laugh. Like you know what? I stay up and I was telling Nancy this the other night. I watch Frasier at night because that was our routine. I find myself doing the same routines that I did when my mom was alive during the day,
Because it
Waltons or
feels good.
whatever, because
Hmm.
it feels good to sit there and do that. And I catch myself doing it. But my mother always loved to watch Frasier, and we used to watch because she was a night owl. But a lot of people that have dementia don't sleep at night, so we would be up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning watching TV. So Frasier was on from like 10:30 all the way till 2 o'clock in the morning, and so we'd sit there and watch it. She called it those two old men that lived in the house. So I mean that was her thing. But the other night I was watching Frasier, and sure enough, I heard her laugh. So she was here watching it with me, but
Hmm.
I could clearly hear her laugh. So I mean, like I said, it's not so much a feeling; it's hearing her, and the dog will react too when she's here.
Right. And they
Mhm.
will do that. Hmm.
Yeah,
Especially if they move quickly, catches like the corner, how you catch a movement really quick.
yeah.
Um, I was just talking to a client a few days ago. Don't ask me when because the days all run together. And she wanted to know about three people that were passed over. And one of them was an aunt that she really was fond of. And this woman came in just laughing out loud. Oh, just laughing out loud. And I gave her some details about the aunt. She says, "Oh my God, she laughed so loud. She was just so um, not boisterous, but the laugh was so genuine, but louder." And I actually
Hmm.
heard that because that was how the aunt wanted her to be remembered and that she was around her. And so we had a boisterous session with the aunt. She really had a personality, and that sometimes comes through very strongly. So does a moody, grumpy old man too. Can I go, "Oh my gosh," and I call him Moody and Broodies. I have dreams about my uncle, especially when I leave offerings out for him. He's not bewildered. He doesn't know often if he is worthy. He's almost embarrassed that you are doing that for him because he is around you. Um, I wish I had the name. Sometimes when you type something in, just give me a name. Um,
I'm gonna.
indecision, anxious, or he is aware that you have things around you having to make decisions on, and he wants to give you his support. That's the mechanism. So when you leave things around, encourage him. He's already there, and I like him. I like him. Will spirits ever visit at inappropriate times, like in the bathroom? Or yes, they do.
Yes.
I had a girl who hung herself, came in with her grandmother, and I was butt naked on the and my hair was like this, and the first thing I got was, "Oh, I don't like her," and they changed their mind. They left my bathroom and went to the mother, and the mother felt approval that I was in this girl's life. But it's not often. They don't visit you in the bathroom or bedroom when you have a companion with you. You have to actually ask them to come if they see that they decorum of the spirit people are really. Oh, use the word decorum. That's why I use it. The spirit people are just like human beings. If I was a spirit person, I wouldn't want to invade someone's space and watch them having sex. Or some in the shower. Oh, excuse me. No, no. That's the last
Oh,
thing I
there's some
want to do.
pervy ones.
I have
There's,
had a reading by another lady.
there are some
Well, what?
pervy ones.
Hold on. I had a reading by another lady a few weeks ago, and I'm stuck in my head over it. She said that I'm not being authentic self. What is my authentic self? What should be pursued as far as future? Authentic self. Are you a pleaser? Are you trying to make people want like you? Stop doing it. Be your authentic self. It means what you believe in. is who you really are. If someone's mistreating you or taking advantage of you, look at that. I like you have a strong mind. I don't feel like um, you could maybe pursue something you like better. I don't know if you're working or not. I think that's pretty strong, authentic self. If someone said I'm not my authentic self, I'd be, um, Jerry, hold on a minute.
I
Um,
did.
authentic self. I don't want you to go back to her because that could be a pitch for her to have you come back if she's trying to help you figure that out. I'm really somebody that doesn't want, I never ask people to come back. And all these years, I may ask, how you doing? But that's not a ploy to get you to talk to me again. I might say to somebody down the road when you want to talk to me again, because that is taking your free will away and spending money that maybe you don't have. So I'd be questioning how she worded that. Just, I don't want to know who it is. I don't care. Um, authentic self. Wow, that's pretty heavy. Hold on, Jerry.
Yeah, I
he
know. I just did that. I put that up
he
so you could
left
see
me
it.
his property. I'm dealing with it. That's the questions he's asked. That's probably what he's seeing you trying to figure out. And there's a lot of mysteries around it to solve. Wow. Keep a diary, what you find out, what you do. Um, he does want you to deal with it. He may be a little sad for some reason. Maybe it's because there's grief, something going on that not happy about. Um, where's Jen? Where's Jen? Oh, did she type it in a different place than it was over
I'll
here?
check it out. Hang on, Jerry's got hers. Do you see anyone
Oh, is
around
it
me?
Jerry?
Jerry,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Um,
just moved it off.
Jerry, there is a man that's around you. He's a grandfather figure. He's a medium to larger bone, square head, dark, heavy, wavy hair. It feels like he comes from a different generation. He's a grandfather, maybe even further back. He looks very rugged to me. Um, he's not showing me a lot of his body. Sometimes they forget what they look like for some reason. Um, but he's showing me his face, and I would call him very, when he was a younger man, he probably was very handsome, very rugged looking. And I think he knew that and appreciated that, but almost gnarly looking as he got older. Do you have any idea who I'm talking about? Sorry, I see you shaking your head, Donnie.
Not me.
Okay.
No, no.
Okay, so get back to me, whoever that was. I
Yeah,
forgot her
that
name
was
already.
Jerry.
Um, Sarah, I've been around a perv ghost when I was a teenager. Oh,
I've run into a couple. Sarah says
that's
she has a lot of grief. Her uncle left her a treasure hunt. He wanted to tie things together to the process. Let's see. To the process was so the process was easier, but he ran out of time.
he wanted to tie things together so the process was easier, but he ran out of time.
Yeah,
I think that's why he's around you to say it's okay to do what you can do and don't spend a lot of time on it. How can you not spend time on it? It's like he wants to be done. My So Jerry, I described your dad's grandfather. That feels right.
right.
Yeah. That feels like that kind of generation. Because after so long, almost makes me think they have a hard time remember what they look like. Man, he might have been really handsome when he was younger. I'm old, but I'm not blind. I'm not. And I'm going to talk about. Um, I want to talk about the idea that there are ghosts that have relationships with women, and I probably should address that sometime. But that's your choice to do that.
Right.
I'd like to know if my brother has been around me, and if so, he has come to my apartment or workplace. Uh, he did come to a workplace, but I don't know if you work out of your house. He's been to your apartment. He's impatient, indecisive. He's kind of anxious. I don't know what that's about because I know what's going on for you. Maybe you have things undone for him. Like he wants to get on with his life. He doesn't want to be, wow, he doesn't want to be hugged to the planet anymore. He wants to be left alone. He wants to go off. So I don't know if there's someone pulling him here. Marissa, do a little ceremony and just say, I love you. Go away. Have fun. Go to your favorite country. Go skiing in the Alps if you want, Switzerland. Go have fun somewhere. I'll take care of this. It's not like he's really anxious or something. Um, hmm. Now, Jen says, Ty, I'm going to have to keep thinking on it. What's that mean? What was her
She says
question?
thank you. She's gonna have to keep thinking on what you said and what the other psychic said. So I don't know, or what you said.
Um, I keep having pop-ups. What is going on here?
I don't know. I didn't do
Um,
it.
hold it. Yeah, no, it's
I didn't
getting to
do it.
be right. I'm going to turn off my see if that helps.
And Sarah's
There.
uncle was like my uncle. My uncle buried. The rumors of my uncle burying money in cans are all over his yard. And Sarah's uncle did something similar, and that's what Sarah's saying here is he wanted me to find his buried money, because
Oh,
her uncle did the same thing mine did.
I have heard of people doing that. I up there on the mountain where lived, we have acreage up there, and I never got that metal detector out because there was a lot of pioneer people living up there all around,
Mhm.
and you never know. Maybe I was supposed to leave it for the next people. Over 365 acres, I would get a really big, heavy duty metal detector. Have the high school kids all get one and come over and help you walk through it and give them 10% or give the school 10% when someone helps you find it.
Yeah,
Um,
Marisa says it's only been a few months since her brother passed, and she has this financial stuff to go through yet. That's all
oh,
it is.
you need to get him out of there. He's fretting. Give him permission to leave. That he doesn't need to be around. It feels like he's really fretting, and that could be what you're picking up on him.
Yeah, just telling me of everything well in hand.
Oh, look! Listen to this. He left it in plastic containers. Mean the metal on the
Clever
coin
man.
doesn't. Yeah, but if was it dollar bills or was it coins? If it was dollar bills, there's a problem. If it was coins with the dollar bills, then that could help. A lot of people of different generations did silver dollars instead of
Yeah,
paper because paper can get rotted. Plastic
yeah.
bags do not keep their.
Rolls of bills, she says.
Wait, hey, hold
Oh
on.
no, the cat's back! Ah! Yeah,
We
okay.
had a cat fight, and I just swatted the wrong one. Whoa! Do you hear that? We got cats leaping, and the
See, it's like the
tiny
song. Instead of Lords of Leaping, Nancy's got cats a leaping.
cats are leaping. Well, it's the air flows better. I thought I could close the door between the rooms, so when it does, it gets real kind of tight in here. So, um, rolls of bills. Oh, Sarah, I'm so sorry, and they are only in bags.
With what you just wrote, Sarah, it made my mind go off in a different direction. He grew and sold Mendocino County agriculture. I'm not even going to go there because I know what comes to mind. But yeah, I understand.
Oh, private money. Okay, undeclared money. Yep, sold that. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. Right? No, and don't give us his name, please.
And don't tell me what kind of agriculture. I'm just saying, just the way you wrote that and the way it came out with he sold Mendocino County agriculture. I was like, okay,
I know
nope.
that I really enjoy the history station and the travel
Yeah,
station, and there is equipment that will tell if the ground has been dug up. So there should be a way to hire somebody or find that equipment. They find graves, unmarked graves.
yeah.
King Arthur's castle, they found some graves around that. That's high tech stuff, but um, honey, it's going to be
Whoa.
after you.
This
That's
is
way
like that
too hard.
treasure. This is like that treasure on that island. We can make a TV show out of this.
Yeah, he wrapped.
But
Yeah,
it's like
that's.
that TV. It's like that TV show. Those guys looking for the pirates' treasure. It's cool. That's quite the mystery. Yikes.
Oh, I see, Sarah. She really has been in this a long time thinking about it. If I had
Wow.
an answer, I would have an answer. Now, if you want to find a weapon, I could do that. I want Nancy to come up and look for it with me. Oh, honey, that's so hard. If it was a weapon, I could probably find it easier than. And the thing is, there's dollars everywhere. That would drive me insane. Um,
That would make me
if it's
nuts.
all,
To know there's money
if,
everywhere and you can't find it. Oh my god, that would drive me crazy.
if you have that kind of acreage, I would just keep it forever and go out half an acre a week or a month and just keep it going.
Marisa wants to know
Kind of,
what type of ceremony she should do for her brother.
I would sit down very sincerely in the front room, light a candle, and I would get some of his possessions around you and invite him to sit down and say, I love you. And these are things that remind me of you. But I don't want you to be unhappy that I have to go through your stuff. I want you to know that every time I look at this, it'll be with love. And I know the family dynamics, but I've learned to love you because I know you different. So I don't want you here anymore. I want you to take a trip, go go somewhere in time or go to Switzerland, whoever's happy thoughts were, and go get some relief. Come back in 6 months. Let him get out of there. I don't like that he's pacing or he's upset. Spirit people shouldn't have to be that way. He's not a ghost. He's just fretting. He almost wants me to think that some of the things you may find out are not things he wants you to know. You're going
Uh-huh.
to find out anyway. So he needs to be out of there. You need to invite him to be gone and let him know that you have a couple things that have good memories for you and that he needs to enjoy his afterlife.
Yeah, I
Seems
mean
like
he- he's not part of the world. I mean, it's hard to say it, but him not being part of the world anymore. But he's not part of this world anymore, and he doesn't
no,
have to worry about things in this world anymore. You just
right.
go on,
Tell him that.
go enjoy your afterlife.
hmm There is a man calling him, also dark hair, bigger man, like a grandfather figure, trying to get his attention to leave with him. So there is someone. How he was greeted has nothing to do with this. So it's like there
Mhm.
is a spirit man there wanting to have him go with him. Gives me family, older generation. I don't know who was asked. Hmm, did I just talk about him and describe that man to the woman? Because there's similarities here. Um, hmm, what was the thing I picked up earlier?
Jerry's
Someone was going
grandfather.
to ask. Who
Jerry's
was it?
grandfather. Jerry's grandfather.
Okay, so that's not Marissa, right?
No.
Okay, so but um, the man who's fretting, there is a man, brown hair or darker, that says he's a grandfather kind of figure. And he says, I've been waiting for him to come with me, but he keeps coming back here. So it's not, it's like they're trying to say, this is for the living to figure out, not for you. And the brother tells me there's things that you might find or find out about him that he doesn't like. And I think to myself, why is you even caring at this point?
Mm.
Don't waste your time. I've just flat told my kids, don't, I'm not going to hang around you. I want to travel. Let me play first, and then I'll be back to take care of things. Of course, all they have to do is think about you, and you're going to come if you're a spirit person. Like, Mom, I need you. And boom, you'll be right there. Okay?
We got it. I
All
don't know
right.
what else you could find out really, because I mean she's already gone through all his belongings. It's all there, and she
Maybe
already
he
found
doesn't
stuff.
know that.
Yeah,
Maybe he's,
she already found stuff out that nobody expected. So I mean, I don't see. Maybe he doesn't know that yet or
maybe
something
he's
like
not
that.
aware of that and still
Yeah,
is thinking you're going to find more.
yeah, yeah.
Or maybe he knows you found things out already and is fretting that it's ruined what you think of him even more.
Right.
There's some kind of thing happening here. I only tell you what I'm feeling from him. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, kids. Anybody else in let's
So
see,
Nancy and I
where
are just going to idly chat here, and if anybody else has questions, we'll just go ahead and get them as they come in. That's what we'll do. We'll just idly chat. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's chat room
yeah, I don't
Friday.
see it doesn't look like I accidentally. But I
All
do
that.
find that
That.
tens of thousands of dollars to hire out somebody to
Yeah,
find
all
that
that
for you.
stuff to his bank documents. Yeah, I mean all that stuff to the bank accounts. She's gone through everything else. So maybe he's just stressing over the other stuff that you guys found, and you know what I'm talking about,
Oh,
Marisa.
yeah, right. It's not the bank account stuff. It's
No.
personal. It's like something about
Yeah.
his
See.
character or who
Yeah.
he was.
We already
That's what he
know this.
says.
That's what it is. See, he's not aware
So
of the fact that you and Kelly already found out. So it's all good.
so that's what you would say to him. Don't worry about what we found out with you and Kel, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's okay. You're in a place where you shouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Relax, enjoy your
Yeah.
afterlife.
Yeah.
Have fun.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Do you think so? Okay.
I think so. I
Maybe he
think that's.
wasn't aware of it.
Yeah, he probably
Or if
wasn't
he
aware.
is, that's that he's worried that you think even less of him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what it is.
I have someone trying to get to me and I can't figure out who it is. Mm. Okay, any more questions?
Ah, we got Jen here. Hang on. Let me get this up. Hang on.
There's a man here who said he died in a car accident and he's stressing because maybe his family, he's a younger man, dark haired. When did you die? Recently. Hmm. Can't you tell if my nephew's death was accident or not? Tell me. Okay, so Jen, how did he die? Type quickly, sweetie. I just got a young man come in and he died. I thought it was quick. I interpret it as a vehicle accident. He OD'd. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
picking up. If it is, show me what he looks like. Come closer, kid. He shows me accident, but I thought it was not an OD. OD doesn't feel like a. He shows me a round face, like smooth, round, round forehead. Very pleasant looking, no beard, no mustache, smoothness. He must have had ability to grow some kind of beard because I'm getting stubbles like underneath. So if he had started shaving if he was 17, it does not feel like a bigger figured man, like he was slimmer, not real beefed up. I would say, fudge, medium to slimmer, not real big. Um, I'm so bad at size when they're young people. Am I close on what you? Where are you, honey? Jen, am I close on his description? He's
We're
trying to
waiting on a
get through to
response.
me. Hmm?
We're waiting on a response. Do 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 do. We need Jeopardy music on here. There we go. Na 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 na. Now I'll probably get
I
tagged by.
see. I see that, Sarah. That's really funny. I love it. No, not him. Okay, so this is somebody else,
What
and he
is
wants me to
this?
think there was an accident. His body was damaged. This is the second or third time this has happened to me. But that's not the thing. He died in an accident. It was at night, and they show the cars in the street. So that couldn't be him OD'd in the car, maybe. And he makes me think his mother and grandmother has heavy, wiry hair, boom, boom, hair, um, a lot of hair, and he's distressed because he's really sorry that this happened. Um, see, I'm doing the show tonight. Who is he, and how am I going to get to his parentage? They look Italian or Hispanic, um, darker skin. He's younger looking. He might have a little bit of olive complexion. Um, her hair heavy like that. Who might be the grandmother I'm looking at? Like you get out of the shower and it's heavy, and it just kind of makes up waves. Not like a shower of, Shar the singer, not heavy like that, but um, okay, so, but he's really wanting to know, let his mom and the grandmother know that he's sorry that this happened. Anybody has any, if you hear of anybody like that, but they show me nighttime, he showed me the vehicles in the intersection in the street, and he died. Dark, dark time, dark at night, but middle of winter like this. Um, wow, he's really remorseful. This, see, I don't get names. I can see him so clearly, but uh, the
Keep
thing is,
talking.
someone may watch this and know who I'm talking about,
Yeah,
and
somebody
if
that's
I
watching
can't,
that's not in the chat room. Yeah.
or later.
Yeah.
This happens enough that kind of, I
I'm
wish I
looking
could
something
hear
up
your
real
name.
quick. Just keep talking.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. So, um, oh my gosh. The other night we were talking about, I'm going to stay with ghosts because we talk about cemeteries and children in cemeteries. This happens a lot. Now, the idea that, oh, there's a child in the cemetery, which we do, and people don't realize it, that when you go to a cemetery, you grieve or you put more energy, and that spirit child could have already been with you and came to the cemetery with you. Do not assume that child's there. And when I was at the cemetery, the Rockland Cemetery, we walked around and I did see a child sitting on probably the stone where he was buried. And ghost peoples don't have a really good sense of time. So this child
Mhm.
was playing there waiting for someone to come back, and they probably do because that's what happens with parents. And sometime he may get the idea he can go with them. Is that a bad thing? No. Um, he sits there, he's just sitting there playing with his hands or something. I'm an advocate of leaving toys. If you lose a cat or dog, always leave a dish and a few toys. I would be the one person that would say leave some toys at the grave of a child in case they stay there or get there. Most of the
Mhm.
time, they'll come and leave with the ones that are grieving. They don't. It's very rare that I see a child at all, and I felt really, really kind of bad because there's no way to talk to a child that age 1 or 2 years old, go away, visit with grandma over here.
Right.
It's almost like they have to be picked up and go with the parent. Um, and that's hard because I can't figure how that happens unless they float a little bit. And if you reach up and get pushed, why not? Couldn't they? This child was there, so I don't know how old the grave was. There's situations that even I'm in where I go, whoa, I don't know how to deal with this. And um, and I'm very sensitive to that. And after all these years, yes, I've had so much experience. And it's too bad that you're at your peak about the time you want to retire. But there are times in the past, and this goes back 30 years, and I shared this, and this is one of those things that I always regret, but it taught me to use tact, that we can't control, we can't hurt another person's soul, bum on and on. This boy died, and he's like 3, 4 years old, and the grandmother was rocking him in a rocking chair and gave all this description. They knew who I was talking about. The trouble is, he was crying. He was being comforted. And when I said that, the mother fell apart. And I looked at it and thought, what did I do wrong? Isn't that what you want to know? That he's playing with a ball or something? Is that what you'd rather hear? So I had to talk to the person who referred her to me. Like it upset him. I says, what do you want me to say? And that has haunted me my entire 30 years since I did that. So always question how you will word something if you're in this business so that it doesn't haunt you because you word it wrong. Pause and think about how you want to say it. Because I was really impressed. I went, oh, how nice. The boy's being rocked by his grandmother in this big rocking wooden rocking chair, but he's crying, not sleeping or
Mhm.
sucking his thumb or whatever. What else I was going to say? So it really wounded me. Um, okay, come on, kids.
I was just looking at something.
Well, I
I think
guess. What were you doing?
oh, it's just something that I had a conversation with somebody, and I'm trying to remember what if it was a male or female that passed away
Oh,
in an
oh,
car
she
accident.
typing to you or something, or
Oh no, it was a long time ago,
oh,
like a
oh,
couple of
okay,
weeks ago. I'm just wondering
oh,
if it's coming through right now. So 'cause you don't know what's going to happen with these things.
okay,
The
okay.
thing we want to talk about too with these readings is that like these things I'm offering for $11, Nancy, it's exhausting to do this stuff, and it really wipes you out. And I know
Yeah,
I've done them in the
fortune.
past. Even I have done readings like this, and I can't do them physically because of my heart. Because it's just if I do one or two, I'm asleep for like 3 days because
It's very
you got
tiring. Hmm.
yeah all that stuff channeling through you. That's why these short readings are okay. The longer readings, the 5 minute ones, are really good for Nancy because that's how
You
she can
break
knock
the
them out
energy.
because they don't
Hmm.
suck up the energy. It goes back to these ghosts, and like she said earlier, they don't get to feel the stuff we feel anymore. It's like in Poltergeist when they were talking about the little girl Carol Ann and
Oh,
how they had come to suck on her to take her energy because they wanted to feel that energy again. And that's what the issue is
absolutely.
with psychic readings and with any ghost hunt. Really, when you're out, that's why you have to protect yourself. Is because they want to feel your energy. They don't get to feel that. They don't feel that joy and happiness and all that emotion that they excuse me that they had when they were alive. So I've
Well,
been on
mhm.
posts where, like at the Woodland Opera House, where I've just simply been going over stuff with the guy, and Leo, let's hear your EVP, and then all of a sudden I feel something go through me,
Yeah.
and then I'm down for like 2 days afterwards because just the minute they get through like that, it just sucks every ounce of energy you have out of you.
That's true, and that does happen when I look to the kids call you all kids to me. When someone wants a reading, I go to them. If you want to know who's behind you, around you, or talk to spirit people, I have to go
Hmm.
through you and give them a part of me to charge their looks so I can see them.
Hmm.
And so that is tiring. I've been very fortunate. Been an athlete all my life, so I'm a thicker muscle kind of a person. Unfortunately, if I don't keep it up, I'm going to be a lot looser. But it does help if you're physically active because
Hmm.
you use that life force. Your energy comes from muscles, and if you keep your muscles going, that's how you keep it up. It is tiring though, and the older you get, the less you can do. Stressful day, use a lot of energy up. Yep, yep. So I promise not to get on the phone with people from overseas trying to get something tech help.
Hmm.
I tell you, shoot, funny. Well, Shar, what else we talk? You have anybody have a
Well,
question? about
Yeah.
ghosts.
And any
Go
question
ahead.
about ghosts at all that you guys are curious about? I mean, there's all kinds of things going on. Like, okay, to give you an example, back to maybe Maurice's brother who doesn't want to leave because he
Oh,
probably doesn't realize that you went through his stuff, and so he's afraid what you're going to think of him. There's a lot of that. It's not like it's just happening to you. It's happened to other people like that too. And when we go out
yeah.
on ghost hunts and stuff, that's part of what we do when we go out there is, not to go out and say, hey, you have a ghost. See you later. That thing. Our job also is to be counselors to the living and the dead.
And the dead.
And the dead,
Yes.
yeah. We have to counsel the dead when we go out, and explain to them that, hey, you know, we understand. Like the house we did in Woodland that time when the ghost didn't want to leave because he had burned the house down and not realized his mother was in it,
Good
and so
question. Go ahead.
he was stuck on the property. Anyway, okay, question.
Oh, I
All right.
love this. Thank you. Um, Sarah said, I'm curious about Nancy's thoughts on famous cases like
Ah,
Sarah Winchester or Lizzie Borden.
go
Hey,
for it.
everybody. Lizzie was guilty. Absolutely guilty. Now, how did she do this? I think she put sheets or some covering over herself. I don't know how. I don't know how she did it, but she tells me she did it. I don't know what else everybody heard. Um, she was very angry, and I'm not sure I know what the storyline is, but when I look at her name, I get oodles and noodles of bent up frustration, and she just exploded. Um, Sarah Winchester, I actually went there once, and it is so full of people. The new movie that came out a few years back called Winchester, when I put my mind to the building, because I've been there, if you look at the building straight on, everybody has buildings like this. You go up the second floor, there is a worker there, and he hasn't moved. He just kind of stays in the area. It must have been, I'm going to get dizzy doing that. There is a man that it is haunted. It does have a man there. Does she live there? Absolutely. She actually loved the place. Um, right this minute, she shows me her being in the center of the complex. Like she had a route that she lived and she kind of stays there. There's one room she wants me to think had a fireplace and a chandelier. She kind of sits near the fireplace even now. Is her husband with her or the child? I feel like the husband has shown up. I don't know about the child. Child was such as an itty bitty baby when she died. Was her husband a tall, lean man? Do you know? There's a man there that's taller, lean, dark clothes on. I don't know
Probably
if that
him.
was her husband. I can't remember
Probably.
seeing a picture of him. So they are there together. Absolutely. She was very a sweet, sweet lady. She never meant to hurt anybody. She shows me that. And she was very kind to people, as though she felt guilty. Well, I guess she did feel guilty. She built this thing, but she always felt like it was put upon her. Like she would rather had not married him for his money. That's real love, everybody.
Hmm.
That's huge. It's money gets in the way of happiness. And, oh, people say, "Please, I'd like to have some money." No, it doesn't bring money because you have to work to keep it going. And she got fatigued, and I don't know what she died of, but I think she died of fatigue. Been there a few times. I've been there a few times. I'm more asking about if she was haunted by the spirit associated with the god. Not at all. I don't get that at all. I don't
I have
feel
a
like that
question
happened.
about that place. I've
Someone
been
else
out
asked
there.
me that. Go ahead.
I went out there a few years ago with Autumn, and it seemed to me no one was there. It was like walking into a mortuary, is what it
Right,
felt
there's
like.
only a few people there. I
Because
mean,
I mean,
spirit
yeah,
people.
I mean, to walk through there, it just had that air. Like when you walk into a mortuary, the air is really still.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it feels like in that place.
Very curious. The English movies, the lady that played her in the movie Winchester. I always
Hmm.
forget her name. She's just lovely. She was in Red 1 and
Yeah,
2,
yeah.
the blonde lady. That was very curious. Like the place was full of spirits that had been killed by the Winchester. In my mind, when I go there, and this happened, I saw something on TV about the Winchester, and I looked at the building, and I'd been there before, and went, "There's a repair person there," and now I'm looking right at him. Right? Sorry, I do
Hmm.
this. And I thought, then I kind of went through the place. I thought, wonder where else. And if I knew how I do this, everybody, please. I mean, come on. I did see
Hmm.
her, and right this second, when I put my mind to, I wish I could teach you how to do it. I don't know how I do this. I flow through it. I can see the tall man, a taller man. I'm 5'4", so anybody over 5'9" or 10 is tall to me.
Mhm.
And he looks slim. He's got a three-piece suit on. He's very dark charcoal colored pants and um, three-piece. So it must have been someone important to her or her husband. And he's more slim. I would say yeah, I'm not going to go more than that. Looks like he pooched it a little bit, but I was in a big talk one time, and someone asked me if I could get hold of Elvis Presley. I, I've tried anything once. And what I saw was a tricycle turned over on its side. And I thought, well, what am I seeing now? A red tricycle. And this woman showed up pretty husky, fuller bodied, housekeeper or his mother. And she was very frustrated with the life of Elvis Presley. I think I've got his mother or it was a housekeeper,
Probably his
very
mother.
upset about how she was very husky also, I believe, very that he had been taken so advantage of, like he didn't have his
Mhm.
own life. And I thought, well, it's the closest I ever talked to a spirit person that was famous. It's like
Yeah.
whoever this was showed me the tricycle, so I took it to be someone who's in his life, and I took it to be the mother. Um,
Nice.
yeah, that was interesting. She was so frustrated for him in his life. I thought she was the one that kind of prompted go ahead and do all this, but maybe the outcome of him dying so young, at the same age she was, and he did die. Everybody, I can't tell you how I got proof, but I have proof. Um, just can't get someone in trouble for how I know, but he also didn't take care of himself, so he unfortunately was a victim of his fame. Okay. Oh, Sarah knows. It was a very interesting movie. You, I know what you are talking about. It was about um, there was a corporation she was part of, this Winchester gun manufacturing, and the people who ran it questioned her ability and her sanity. So she
Mhm.
hired a psychiatrist, psychologist to investigate her, but she found someone who had been shot by and died of the Winchester bullet and shot by the gun, and his wife shot him by accident and he died for a few minutes, a minute, but then she turned the gun on herself and killed herself permanently. And so she felt that anybody who had died had sight to see these spirit people. There are so many I would talk to if I could. Marilyn Monroe is another. I don't have a sense of Marilyn Monroe. I don't have a sense of her, so she's not within my range, or she's come back. I feel like if someone said, "Oh, I'm talking to her all the time," the sense I get is she loved life and didn't get what she wanted, so she wanted to come back. And she probably came back in a life that gave her what she was wanting, whatever that
Mhm.
means. She was really quite bright. Maybe not a lot of common sense, but she was exceptionally bright. And she always felt like she was cheated. The sense I get of her, I'm reading her as she was as a live person, that people wouldn't respect her, or she couldn't give her opinion because people didn't think she was smart enough to give an opinion. And she had a lot of frustration with that. Would she had told the world about the affairs, I just said she's smart. People can be book smart, but not necessarily common sense smart. She was wanting to tell somebody, and I do get that. And he was a man, a dark man with gray going through it with a heavy mustache. So I'm just picking it up right now. So I'm looking at reading her when she was alive, and she
Mhm.
wanted to privately tell this man, and they got to her first. And I do believe, unfortunately, it was Kenny's family members. I'll just say that because I don't know if I have the right to say out loud who it could have been,
Mhm.
but I do get murder. Um, I would love to talk to Einstein or Tesla. Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In this lifetime, I tell people, have fun with what you really enjoy, and think about if you could do a life over again, what would you do? Well, I was never given a good chance to learn math well, but I am a glutton for science and physics and geometry. I, if you want to talk architecture to me, I'm there. Look at my buildings behind me. I'm nuts. I love it. So I watch everything on Ancient Aliens or all that when they talk about the old buildings of ancient times because the architecture it doesn't fit with me. But I was I did build manholes and conduit. So not very exciting, but it got me started thinking, and I love that. So I want to be a physicist in the next lifetime, someone who works with those quantum physics. Tell me that my head isn't part of quantum physics. Hello. I do believe the brain is not just in this dimension. There's how in the, excuse me, blah, 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 that I can do this with people around the world and who are dead. So
Hmm.
in groups, people will show me a photograph of somebody. I'll go back and read them as they were, tell you everything about them. I don't know how I can do that. There's no way in this lifetime when you find out, like the floral dress woman, you have to
Hmm.
go to someone else to find out I'm right. Tell me my brain is getting the information from here or from your brain. Tell me. So when you think you have memories, yeah, we have a lot of memories, but our memories are triggers in time. I call them notched, little trigger. So you're thinking about something. Think of your grandmother when you were 10. Where were you? What were you doing? Now, if I want to talk to you, say, I want to talk about my grandmother, met her last time I saw her, I was 10. I can go back to that day because that's notched in your memory, in your brain. I can just go back there and talking to her. Spooky wooky. If I could teach you how to do this. I have to say though, my look at the tail.
Tail of the cat.
The tail is a snake going across the screen is my I see you. I see you. Yes. Big black cat. so so I do believe quantum physics is what our brains really are. And I think we tap only 10%. Mine may be a little different. People think, yes, I know, honey. I have people to tell me you're not normal, Nancy. Not normal. So be it. Anybody else?
Nope. And
All
I
right,
think that's
sweetie.
it for the night, guys. And once again, we're going to flash that thing up because if you guys are interested in a cheap, and I'm talking cheap, 5 minute reading with Nancy, that will be on Saturday, December 17th at 3 p.m. Pacific. But you got to pay it. Why do I keep see these things? I forget that thing's there. But it's got to be paid through Venmo ahead of time at California Haunts. And you'll get your 5 minute reading with Nancy. Any question you have, anything you want. All right. Okay. Let me give you Nancy's contact information. On Monday, we're going to have a cool show. Where am I at? Get this off of here. Goodbye. Okay. Monday, we're going to have a good show. Missy Sterling is going to be with us on Monday. Missy Sterling was driving home one night. I'll give you some background here. Let me sit down. I keep sinking in my chair. Missy Sterling was driving home one night and heard some and saw something flash in front of her car. When she looked out the window, there was a creature there.
Oh.
And she describes it almost like a dog man, but I believe the story goes it chased her car. And so it took her months. This is in Canada, and nobody in the area had commented on seeing on it at all. So she did a bunch of research and finally found people that had seen this thing. So she's going to tell her story and talk about this thing. She wrote a book about it. But it's going to be an interesting day, Friday or Monday. And of course, I'll be reading on Sunday, so I'll be back reading. And we're going to try and get out Saturday or Sunday night in between the rain, and we're going to run a test for the Christmas lights thing. So we're going to test that out. It's going to be through StreamYard, and it'll be on Facebook and YouTube, and maybe about a 5-10 minute test to see how it goes. And that'll be the first test. And this isn't only a test for like doing the Christmas lights. This is a test for my trip to Disneyland too, because if it works out, then we're going to film everything through StreamYard. So yeah, so be on the lookout Thursday. I'm not going to give any announcement, ahead of time when we do it. Now, when we finally do the official one next on the weekend of the 17th, when it's not raining, then I'll have it. It'll be up on street on Facebook and everywhere like it normally is. But this one's going to be a pop up.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, to see how well it works out. I even figured out how to put the camera in reverse in StreamYard. So I could flip the camera to the front camera. So I figured all that out. So yeah, it should be interesting because I know there's people that try to broadcast over YouTube and they have to do all kinds of switching on their phones and everything to do that. And so I was hoping not to get into that mess. That's why I wanted to use StreamYard to do it. Okay. So I
Mm.
will see you again on Sunday, and then Monday again, Missy Sterling is going to be with us talking about this creature. All right. So once again, here's the Venmo address. And like I said, $11 for 5-minute reading with Nancy. Venmo at California Haunts. It's that simple. The minute you sign up, I'll get the link set up for you, and everything will be set up, and that'll be 3 p.m. Saturday, December 17th. Okay. There we go. See, 5-minute reading. Okay. So here is Nancy's contact information, and away we go. Websites, nancymatz.com, Nancy Matz author with the N, M, and A capitalized.com, youtube.com/Nancy Matz psychic. And my chair is creaky. Books, help, get me out of this funk. Nancy Matz. Two Worlds, Developing Your Psychic Skills. Nancy Matz. Kind of sounds like we're doing an award show here. And the winner is, okay. The Unwilling Sacrifice. Nancy Matz. See, we could just do that. Just cap it off with a statue. And the winner is Amazon. Yeah, you get the books at Amazon.com. I like a squeaky chair. It adds dignity. It says it's well used. Okay,
Right?
guys. All right. So I will see you guys on Sunday. Have a good couple days off. Bye
Have a
bye,
good evening.
Nance. Bye bye. And we're off and running. And have a good. Oh, I didn't do my spiel at the end either. Look at that. Okay, if you like the show, share it with 5 people. I'm way ahead of myself. Must be Friday. If you hated the show, share it with 5 of your enemies for equal opportunity here at California Haunts Radio. And I'm skipping out, so I'm done. Have a good one.